Yes, folks, it's Christmas Day, and it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. As you can see today, I've got my nice hat on, which is what my wife bought me, the Mad Hatter's hat. I think it's a Johnny Depp hat, actually. It's called a dead man's hat, There might be one or two of them today, but there always is. People live and die all the time, don't they? But here we are. This is the 25th of December. And the year is 2022, And I want all the people who have been following this channel this year, but it's good, it's come from nothing this year, and we've got virtually 5,000 supporters now, 5,000 followers who are all watching on YouTube. That's very good. I think that's brilliant. And thank you all very much for making nice, kind comments. And for those of you who have actually taken the time to insult my singing, I don't claim to be Pavarotti. I'm very pleased I'm not Pavarotti, actually, because he's been dead quite a while. But no, I don't claim to be a professional singer. I'm just having a bit of a exercising my personal rights to make a noise. And I listen. I always warn you, don't I? And just in case you've wondered what the song dinger looks like, there it is, folks. That is the song dinger. I won't dig it now. But I will do before we get to the point where I break into song. You lucky people. So anyway, Christmas Day in the jailhouse is all over the UK. What have we got this Christmas? I'll tell you what we've got. We've got the jails at capacity. We've got the Ministry of Justice asking the police to accommodate prisoners in police cells. I mean, how nonsense is that? I mean, the idea might be, open your eyes, Ministry of Justice, and have a look at who you have got in your prisons. You've got people in your prisons who haven't paid fines. Do you think that they'd be in your prison if they had any money to pay the fines? They wouldn't, would they? No. They got people in the prison who couldn't pay the television licence. Would they be there if they could pay the television licence? No. So why do you put them in prison? It actually costs approximately £1,000 a week to keep somebody in prison that you've put there for not paying a TV licence that's approximately £150. How smart is that? Wake up. Listen, we're going to christen, there'll be a coronation, not a christening, a coronation this coming year, of King Charles III. King Charles III. God bless him. Seems to try, that lad. Anyway, why not, listen to me, Ministry of Justice, why not have an amnesty? And everybody who's got 3 months or less to serve, let them out. Let them out of the prisons. You'll clear about 10,000 places there. And what repercussions could there possibly be? They're coming out in 3 months anyway. And you're not impressing anybody holding people in prison for non-payment of fines. If people could pay the fines, they'd bloody pay them. I mean, they wouldn't want to go in and eat cold porridge, would they? And that's what you get. Certainly you got that in Strangeways, folks. So don't think, that you're impressing anybody with this tough guy attitude. And also, listen, you've got probably about 20,000 criminal cases waiting to be heard because of the barristers' strike. So you weren't even paying the barristers a proper wage. I mean, barristers don't get wages, they get fees, don't they? But if you're not paying the barristers proper fees, and they need to be paid up front, not after the case. I mean, these people are working for a living, they're professionals. Come on now, wake up, smell the coffee, lads. You're just out there allowing the system to run away with you. You've got the nurses on strike. Doctors are talking about coming out on strike. Doctors coming out on strike. So the nurses on strike. The doctors are going to come out on strike. You've got the trains on strike. No trains at Christmas. The Royal Mail, they've just committed Harry-Carry. Who's going to use the Royal Mail now? You didn't get any letters at Christmas, no cards. On strike today, yesterday, day before, on strike. What next? Tell you what next. It's going to be the civil servants. I heard the head of the civil service union, I think it's Unite, is it, or Unison, anyway, on Radio 4 the other day, and they're saying that some civil servants are working, earning $25,000 a year, and they're having to use food banks. A number of the civil servants are on supplements from the government because they're so low paid. Listen, money, you just print the money. This nonsense about inflation, we've been there before. It's all fabricated. Who is making the money out of this? People like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, yeah, all that nonsense. What's the idea of that? Footballers getting paid £500,000 a week. Come on. Hey, footballers £500,000 a week. Hey? The Prime Minister, £150,000 a year. Something's going seriously wrong, folks. Listen, when I worked as a teacher with adults with learning difficulties, one of my colleagues was an ex-professional footballer who was a professional footballer at the weekends, but during the week he was a painter and decorator. And he played in the cup final for Preston against Bolton and, or either Bolton or Blackpool, yeah. But anyway, he played in the cup final and he got 30 quid for the day. And that was his wages, 30, 40 pound a week for playing professional football, and he was at the cup final. I mean, what are they getting paid today? And in the week he worked as a painter and decorator. The world has gone mad. And if you've got ordinary working people who like to go and watch their football team, say they want to go and watch Manchester United, can you really take your children, say you got two lads and yourself, can you really afford to go and pay £150 just to go in and watch a football match with your two sons? It's just nonsense. Anyway, a little rant today, more about the way society's gone mad than about the prisons, although the prisons will be, to a certain extent, suffering today because they're short of staff. Why are they short of staff? How can you expect somebody who's going to have to work at Wormwood Scrubs or Wandsworth or Pentonville in London, how are they going to survive on $30,000 a year? It wouldn't even pay your rent. Absolutely crazy. And I know that the staff who are working at the Scrubs who are transporting themselves in from the other side of Barnet, like 25, 30 miles away from the Scrubs, and they're having to travel in. The whole system is goosed. Have an amnesty for King Charles III's coronation. Wake up, Ministry of Justice. Let approximately 20,000 people out of prison. You've got nearly 100,000 people in prison. What's all that about? Who is being impressed here? I'm not impressed. Yeah. The police aren't doing anything. Greater Manchester Police didn't solve one burglary in the last 12 months. Why is that? How's that? I'll tell you how it is. The CID used to go around the pubs, and they'd stand in the pubs and have a drink and talk to the lads in the pubs, and they'd tell them who was doing it. They'd tell them who to go and lock up. Seriously. Not allowed to do that now. CID are not allowed to drink on duty. How do they think people are going to find out? I'll tell you how they think people are going to find out. All these CCTV cameras that are everywhere. Pretty soon you won't even be able to go to a piss without being a YouTube star. Anyway, it's time now. I've got to warn you here. Stop that! The song dinger. Yes, folks, well, I'll sing you a song here. I'm going to do this song because it's not a particularly Christmassy song. It's a song that I particularly used to like. It's from West Side Story. And I'll sing it in the style of Tom Waits. Yeah, not Matt Monroe or that perverted kiddie fiddler PJ Proby, who had a hit with this song, by the way. I'm going to sing you Somewhere from West Side Story in the Tom Waits voice. Yeah. There's a place for us somewhere, a place for us, peace and quiet and open air. I know it's bad, stop it. Wait for us somewhere. There's a time for us somewhere. Time for us. Time together with time to spare. Time to live. Time to care. Someday, somewhere, we'll find a new way of living. For God's sake, we'll find a way of forgiving. Someday, somewhere. There you go. Tales from the Jails. Thank you very much. We'll speak again. Don't forget to get my book, folks.